Cheltenham for the 155. Izzard, the third, is 7-2. On the drift from 11-4. Simply Supreme, 9-2. Bloodstock is 11-2.
They take the next, another plain one, of which half an hour made a mistake, and the back marker remains Bloodstock. So all still standing and covered by no more than 7 or 8 lengths at this stage as they continue their progress up towards the fence that in a circuit's time will be their last. So it's majority verdict, disputing the lead with Buckby Lane. Then Simply Supreme, the grey on the inside is Izzard, alongside the other grey, the outsider, Master Magpie. And then towards the near side, the green and white cap of the Pennies dropped. They form the chasing wave behind the leaders, who now approach the fence in front of the stand. Simply Supreme, majority verdict, and Buckby Lane. They jump it just about as one. Izzard with Mr Magpie in the centre and out wider, the Pennies dropped. A couple of lengths back to Tollbray on the inside of half an hour, and Bloodstock has now relegated Alpine Slave to be the back marker, but still well enough in touch as they take the fence on the climb away from the stands. And Simply Supreme, joined on the inside by Buckby Lane. Just jumping off the front pair is Majority Verdict, who's now back in third place, 2 lengths away. Izzard has never left the fence on the inside of Mr Magpie. By contrast, the Pennies dropped has raced wide on the course from half an hour. Then Bloodstock, who's beginning to improve towards the outside of the field with the white cap as they approach the next, which is a plain one. Simply Supreme with Buckby Lane on the outside. Izzard jumps up really well. At the back of the field, a mistake by Alpine Slave. Christian Williams was forced to the buckle end, and he's the only one that's really struggling. The other 9 are pretty tightly grouped, although the Pennies dropped is beginning to lose ground just off the back of them as they stretch over the water jump. And leading over it was still Simply Supreme. From Buckby Lane in second, Izzard third, a majority verdict in fourth place. The grey Mr Magpie still on their heels. Keep an eye on Bloodstock, who is improving, rose in 6th place there, as a bad mistake by Mr Magpie forces him to lose ground. So as they make the race towards the next, it's Simply Supreme from in second, Buckby Lane. In third, majority verdict from Izzard as they take the next fence. Over next is Bloodstock. Tollbray took it by the roots. Half an hour, another one, who was a little slow, and Alpine Slave continues towards the back of the field. So they swing left-handed and race towards the ditch at the top of the hill, which is 4 from home. Simply Supreme always in the firing line, Buckby Lane always in pursuit, and these two continue to show over the next rival of Izzard. Majority verdict, a bad mistake, no chance of recovery, brings Bloodstock to a halt. So majority verdict takes a nasty fall. Richard Johnson, who of course is on one of the leading fancies in the triple print, anxious moments for him as they swing left-handed and run down towards the third last. And it's Simply Supreme, a length or so clear from Buckby Lane. The grey Tollbray's moved alongside Izzard and continues to travel well. The Pennies dropped is in 5th place, but these are the only 5 now that remain in contention. They're a long way clear of a little Galax who are continuing, Mr Magpie and half an hour, but a long way off the pace. So racing down towards the third last, and it's Buckby Lane on the outside, Simply Supreme on the inside. Izzard jumped it poorly. Tollbray may have just flattered to deceive slightly, and all of a sudden has come off the bridle. Racing towards the second last, and poised Buckby Lane for Ruby Walsh in the green and white on the outside of the white sleeve jacket of Simply Supreme. Izzard tries to get in terms with the front 2 as Buckby Lane takes it up, travelling well. Buckby Lane on the turn for home quickly extends the advantage to 5 lengths. Simply Supreme ridden along. Izzard and Tollbray can't get on terms with the leader as they turn back towards home, and in front is Buckby Lane, 7 to 8 lengths clear on the approach down towards the final fence. Ruby Walsh takes a look over his shoulder. The danger's in front, not behind, in the shape of the final fence, which he jumps in style. At the last, Simply Supreme is joined for second by Izzard, but up the hill, Buckby Lane, a very promising novice chaser, couldn't catch Puntal on his debut, but has fenced far more fluently today, has always been up with the pace and will win well. A battle royal for second, Izzard and Simply Supreme, which Izzard may just prevail. That may go to the judge. Back in 4th place was Tollbray. Then behind these was the Pennies dropped. Looking back, the only other one to finish will be Mr Magpie. Half an hour's been pulled up. Bloodstock pulled up as well. So the success to Buckby Lane, Ruby Walsh and Paul Webber as Buckby Lane lands the spoils in